Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, and this is a weekly show where different brands watch other brands' ads and discuss what they love and hate about them. This week is an outdoor advertising special. So first up, Seb, we have your outdoor ad. Do you want to give us a bit of context before we watch the video?
Sure. The ad that I've selected is from the Royal National Institute of Blind People, or NIPP, and the ad was at the Piccadilly Circus in London.
Social distancing relies on being able to see where others are.
Social distancing has turned the world upside down for blind and partially sighted people, and the end of lockdown will only make things more difficult. To draw attention to these challenges, we at RNIB have used the largest advertising display in Europe to make our point. We have turned the Piccadilly Lights billboard upside down.
And we're not alone. Amazon, Barclays, British Gas, Herbal Essence, Kellogg's, Lego, TalkTalk, the Financial Times and Very.co.uk have all turned things upside down as well.
Visually impaired people rely on others to maintain a safe distance, and not all of us use visual clues like a cane or a guide dog. So we're calling on people to be aware, be kind, and offer help.
It sort of brought to mind how difficult it must be in the current situation to be visually impaired.
From seeing the ad, I would definitely try and social distance now if I saw someone who was blind or partially sighted.
You know, there is obviously trying to keep your distance, but you can still help someone. I mean, Herb is very good at following. So even if I have someone that's walking sort of a metre ahead of me through an obstacle, that will make a big difference for me.
You can join us by turning your profile picture upside down
and posting using hashtag #WorldUpsideDown.
RNIB. See differently.
So thanks for sharing that, Seb. Why did that ad jump out to you?
I think especially there were two main factors for me for selecting this one. And the first one is mainly, we know after COVID-19, it has been a tough period for the charity industry. I know there's a shortfall of around 4.3 billion pounds right now, and we have charities that are facing bankruptcy this year. And I think that was a clever way to stand out of the crowd and also to raise awareness about all the different issues that is happening with the new rules and regulations around social distancing. And finally, I think the downside, I guess, for me, it was I didn't see that they really push the hashtag worlds upside down in their messages, especially in Piccadilly Circus, because they've been asking people to use a social media platform to put their image upside down, and it didn't really add a lot of tractions outside out of and not a lot of PR as well. So it's a shame that all of these could have been put together using user-generated social media posts and putting this on Piccadilly Circus.
So, Helen, do you think that the idea worked as well as it could have done? So, World Upside Down, it feels to me potentially that it's a fairly tenuous link between the problem, which is having issues with sight and trying to socially distance, and being upside down. That felt like there might be a bit of a gap, or was it weird and wacky enough and had all those great partnerships with Amazon and so on? Was it so well done enough that it didn't matter that there wasn't a necessary link between those two things?
I think for me, that wasn't a massive problem. I think they were looking to do something that made them stand out, and they certainly did that. It would make you stop if you saw some adverts upside down. The only kind of query that I have is more around the fact that obviously they are trying to raise awareness about blind people during this time of social distancing. And I just wondered how accessible the ad is and how they are amplifying it to people that aren't able to see as well, because it looks like it's very dependent on the visuals. So that's my only question, really.
And Luis, do you feel that this needed to be an outdoor campaign? I mean, that's not going to be cheap to run that placement? Would that dollar gone further in a social or digital environment?
The reason why this works well as an out-of-home, at least in the context that it is mainly because of the emotion and behavior that they want to cause to the people that see it, right? So we always have to go down to the level of what is the gut reaction that these ads need to create with people. And what I like about this ad is because what it should cause to people is when they see things upside down, it gives them that quick sense of confusion. Right? It's what's going on. And that's exactly what they want people to realize that visually impaired people are feeling during a period like COVID. So from an emotional perspective of how they need to make people feel to resonate with the audience that they're trying to raise awareness for, I think it's well done. And so for me, what I would have loved to see is a follow through to go to this website, learn more about what you can do, contribute. Here's a couple of simple steps of what you can do to start helping visually impaired people during this tough period. I think that that level of enablement of the audience that got interested in this would have been much stronger than trying to use them as amplification vehicles with awareness building through inverting their profile picture, right? It would have been much more interesting to give them the tools to do it, and then maybe amplify the pictures that people were taking in Piccadilly Circus of the ad. That probably would have been the way that I would have gone around it.
Do you think that the media agency only had enough budget really to pay for the big Piccadilly placement just to get their ad up there so they could take lots of pictures, taking pictures of their ad?
Probably, you know what? Probably. But then I would say that's the client's fault.